welcome to this episode of Conversation with a Chef. I'm Jo Ritty and I love sharing with you the conversations I get to have with talented and passionate chefs. It's the backstory, if you will, to the food they're putting up. I begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, traditional custodians of the lands and airwaves of Naarm where this conversation takes place. Land which was never ceded. Land where communities came together to eat seasonally, locally and without exhausting resources. I pay my respects to their elders past and present and to any First Nations people listening today. Today I'm talking to Amit Tuteja. When diners walk into Desi Dhaba, owner Amit wants them to feel as though they've come home to India. The decor is bright and cheerful and the food is rustic, filling and delicious. Named after the highway eateries, or dhaba, in India, where truckies and people on road trips call in to eat local treats, Desi Dhaba is all about using local produce with raw spices and recipes direct from India. Amit is a veteran of the hospitality industry, arriving in Melbourne from Delhi when he was 20. He's worked in New Zealand, as well as Melbourne, and he now owns 6 restaurants across the city, having once said that he would never get into Indian food. Amit started talking as soon as I came into Desi Dhaba, and I was delighted with his stories, as well as with the 2 cups of delicious masala chai I had. This was an afternoon chat, and Amit made me promise that I would come back for dinner with my partner one day. I can't wait. Hi, sorry to catch you in the middle of a mouthful.
No, good. How are you? Very well.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You have tea?
Yeah, great, thank you.
Yeah. Masala chai, okay? Indian tea?
Oh, beautiful. Love
Yeah.
it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pallavi was telling me, what do you think?
I teach French.
French?
Yeah.
Je parle français. Un petit peu.
Très bien. Je suis impressionnée. Merci. Thank you.
Funny thing is that when I was doing my hotel management in India, French was a mandatory subject for us. And both my children are multilingual, so they speak Billy speaks Indonesian Bahasa and Deutsch fluently.
Wow.
My daughter speaks Japanese and Deutsch, and I was good in French, but I've completely forgotten.
Yes.
Because if you don't practice.
Exactly right. Yeah.
We celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary last year in 22 in Paris.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we were in Montmartre.
Oh, I love Montmartre.
Yeah, so Sacré-Cœur was like walking distance. In fact, this is from Sacré-Cœur.
Oh, beautiful. It's an amazing view from up there, isn't it? Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful?
But even walking around the back part of that and seeing the Place des Terres and all the artists and so on, yeah.
My phone is full of pictures. And we had the view from our own apartment, we had an Airbnb, was right in the heart of Montmartre. So you could, in one direction you could walk to that, the showgirls area where what's that movie?
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, Moulin Rouge. And on this side was Sacré-Cœur, up further. And my memory of the best beef bourguignon ever had was just outside, on the way to a tiny hole of a place, 2 boys cooking inside with their mum.
Oh, wow.
And the sister serving outside in a little 12-seater restaurant.
Oh, I love that. I wonder if it's still there. I'm going in September. So
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you from New Zealand?
I am.
Get up.
Well done. Yeah.
My daughter was born in New Zealand.
Oh, okay. Where about?
Middlemore Hospital in Auckland.
In Auckland. Yeah, I'm from Christchurch.
Yeah, you're from Christchurch? I started from Christchurch. In fact, I opened the Denny's in Morehouse Ave.
Did you? That was a long time ago.
Back in the time, there was Shotland Street was playing.
Yes.
And I was supposed to only go for 6 months to New Zealand to help them open one restaurant.
Yeah.
In the Christchurch one. And then from there, they took me back to Auckland. I opened the one in Wairau Park in North Shore and Queen Street in the city. Albert Street in the city.
Yeah, okay.
So
we travelled a lot as children because my dad worked for Air New Zealand for the airline company, and so we went to America quite a bit. So like Denny's coming to Christchurch seemed like such a big deal.
There was a movie shot back then called The Frighteners.
Oh yes. Is it
with
Peter Jackson?
Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
Too nice stuck in my mouth. So back then you could smoke in the restaurant. So Michael J. Fox would come in from the girl who used to play Rachel in Shortman Street. This is going back.
Oh yes.
So she was a very petite
Yes.
girl. And they would smoke their Marlboros and have their Grand Slam breakfast. And, they would stay all night with Peter Jackson with all his piercings and tattoos. And this guy remembered me so well. There was a gentleman called John Clark. He used to work for the ABC here, who was a TV presenter for
Is that
ABC.
Fred Dagg? Did we go like? Wasn't he like a?
Fred Dagg, that's him. Yes, that's him. So Joan and his wife's name was Rosalind. So my first restaurant that I opened on Gertrude Street in Fitzroy back in 2000, John used to live on George Street. He would come in for an occasion and with his satirical jokes, and he would come in and he would sit down and have a yarn. And then one day he brought in Peter Jackson, and Lord of the Rings had happened by that time. And he came in with Peter Jackson, and Peter Jackson remembered me from back in Denny's.
Wow, that's good.
And
You're quite memorable.
Sorry?
You're
No.
a memorable character.
Well, it was quite a unique experience.
Yeah.
Back then, I didn't look like this. I had a
Okay.
full head of hair. This is going back 20 years ago. So memories of, New Zealand and food, and putting it all together,
Yeah.
because that's what, brings it back. So I love talking. So stop me.
Gosh, you've really been around then, haven't you?
So industries, I've been in the industry since 1986. I started my hotel management
Yeah. And
Eighty-
where was that?
in Delhi.
In Delhi.
Yeah. And then I came here in 89, October, fresh off the boat. Not on a boat actually.
On a plane. Yeah.
Used to have my college just down there on the corner of Elizabeth and Flinders, 222, up on the Red Cross building. And walked down and, wanted to get a job. So I walked into Young and Jackson's, the pub, the corner. And I said, can I get a job? No job, and the accent was thick, He goes, no job. And I said, okay. Oh, before you go, can you help me bring those glasses over from the public bar? Back there was a real grungy pub. It was not as nice looking as it is now. So I went in there for my hotel experience. I just picked up the glasses and I gave it to him. So you know how to stack glasses. I need a bussy. Will you work as a bussy? I said, yeah, $8 an hour.
Oh gosh.
Back then it was good money.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So started working there. While I was working there, I went into Hilton on the Park. Worked at Hilton on the Park, which is now I think Pullman or something in the corner, in a banquets department. And that's where I started my hospitality experience here in Australia for.
Yeah, wow, okay.
This is 89. Then in 95, I was running the keg in Albert Park, and that went under. And Denny's approached me and they said, can you come and help us open a restaurant? And I went to Christchurch.
So how did they know of you?
Oh, the guy who owned Keg was close associate to a guy called Jay Noble, who owned the Denny's of Asia, Oceania.
Okay.
So Jay came to his networking in those days. There was no LinkedIn or internet.
No,
It was
wow.
just people knowing each other. And they said, look, you need a restaurant manager. I needed a job. And that was that. How are you? Doing well? He's training for his job ready. Actually, one of my managers in the firm now is learning to be in the kitchen. I do a lot of cross training between people.
Do you?
Yeah, I like to, because everyone, that's what I learned at Denny's actually. So when you become a duty manager in a restaurant, you should know and appreciate the job of every single employee, front and back. So you need to, jump in, give them a hand, and it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, because when I was at university and I started working as a waitress, that was in like the end of the 90s. There was a real divide between front of house and the kitchen, and the chefs really looked down on front of house, and they were always annoyed with us. But I think it's better if you can understand each other. It must make for a more harmonious. And if you
Absolutely.
understand each other.
Yeah, I've worked in that era of the German chefs. So after leaving the Hilton, I worked a little bit in the Cliveden room. They used to have a fine dining room called the Cliveden room. And I really wanted to get into civil service, how to carve meat on a table, how to do crepes Suzettes and stuff like that. I was very into French cooking.
Yeah, right.
So I was really fond of, Bombalaska or souffle surprise, so to speak. So Indian food was never my scene. I was never gonna do Indian food. It was an accident, and that accident that's what made it successful.
Yeah.
So when I was working at the Cliveden room, I would only get like a temporary shift, a 3-hour relief shift, and then a job came up at the Chandelier room at the Men's Rialto Hotel, which is like a fine dining room in the basement, and it was like the place to be in those days. There were 5 restaurants in Melbourne. There was Le Restaurant at the Regent, which is now the Sofitel. There was Maxon's at the Como, Max's at the Hyatt, Cliveden room, and Chandelier room. To get in there was like a big deal, and I got $13 an hour starting.
Wow.
So it was like a big deal for me
Yeah.
back then. You could get tips like to more than your salary. And I got in there and I started working for the German chefs like Joachim and all that. And they would look down on the communes, and so to speak. And you had to, speak your sweet nothings into the ears so as to get in the right books. And I think that's where my management experience really came in, when I started working with people of different nationalities and stuff, and saying, okay, this is what you say to people to get yield out of them. Works. And that's what I try to train my staff. I said, look, learn the dishwasher's job. Show him how to operate a dishwasher properly, how to efficiently do things. Go with your hands full, come back with your hands full. So in time and motion study. Those sort of things that you do when you teach them to staff young, then they take that knowledge further. And, today, some of the guys who have worked with me, I never say for me, they now are successful restaurateurs in Melbourne. One of them is Angan. He's doing very well, which is quite a famous restaurant brand in Indian food. There is a guy from the Curry Club who's worked here. So there's quite a few guys who've gone out and made a name for themselves.
Wow, okay. And how when did you...
This one?
Yeah.
2008.
Is this the first one?
No, first one was Gertrude Street, Fitzroy.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that was called Tandoori Times.
Yes, okay.
So that was 199 next to Aniara.
Yes.
There's Builder's Arms Hotel.
Yeah.
And there is a furniture store. There's the Aniara, and we're right in the middle. 199. We were. I don't know that anymore.
No.
The owner passed, and sons didn't want to keep it, so we had to leave. And then from there we opened in St Kilda.
Okay.
In Barclay Street.
Yeah.
Opposite the Big Mouth. From there we went to Yarraville,
Yes.
Anderson Street, 45, and I still have that.
So that's Tandoori Times.
Tandoori Times,
Yeah.
still there. Where do you live?
In Port Melbourne.
Port Melbourne. Okay, so Yarraville is not far. Beautiful area. Then I opened this one in 2008. From here we opened in Turn 8. We have another Desi Dhaba in Turn 8. We opened Desi Dhaba in Craigieburn 2 years ago. Just started working on a plan for Ravenhall, which is going to be like a commercial food prep.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're just going to be doing like no cooking, just prepping and logistics. So try and bring in, things as a brand into one place, and then become a self-supplier. And then we opened Melton in June.
Gosh. So how many is that in total?
We're 6 in total.
6?
Yeah. So,
Wow, that's impressive. And so you were saying before you weren't interested in Indian food. So how did it come about?
So I was, when I went to New Zealand to open Denny's, got married in 97, and I left Denny's and I started working for Burger King. Burger King brought me back into Australia, because I really wanted to get back to Melbourne. I really missed Melbourne. And when you're from Melbourne, you just can't leave. So I was supposed to be there for 6 months, 95. Ended up being there until 99, when my daughter was born. So I came here back in July 99 and was opening Burger Kings. I opened the one on Swanston Street, which was a Hungry Jack's afterwards. Opened about 5 of them. And then Burger King got bought over by Hungry Jack's. So from a state manager's position of Burger King, I had nothing. And I'd only been working with them for about a year and a bit, so I didn't really have much of, money.
Yeah.
And I had like $25,000-$30,000 saved up. And I just thought, thank you. You sure you don't want to eat anything?
No, I'm fine, thank you. Thank you.
So,
Great. Thank you.
chai is a good idea. Right? Chammach? Chani ki do chammach aur do. So, there was this restaurant on Gertrude Street for sale because I got retrenched. I had no money and really I was 30, just turned 31. I said, I don't want to work for anyone anymore. I always had that in my mind that I'm able to now open my own restaurants and do my own thing. Why should I be, so thank you. So, chanced upon this restaurant called Macedonia. And back in those days, the age was where you would look it up, it was for sale. Yeah. So I said, $20,000 he was buying it for. And I said, okay, I'll buy it. So with my brother and I, we decided to buy it.
Wow.
And the rest was history. My wife used to work for the Commonwealth Bank. So she got us a little loan of 15,000. And we went into the markets and bought things second-hand tables, second-hand chairs. And said, okay, we're going to open Indian food, but we don't know anything about Indian food. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
Because it was just expected that, we were going to be doing Indian. Because there was this dearth in the market. We used to go to this restaurant on Johnson Street called Guru Ka Dhaba.
Oh, yes.
And this restaurant was famous for its cheap food.
Yeah.
The cheapest Indian food. But the consistency was not there. Today, the butter chicken would taste one. Tomorrow, it would depend. And the QSC, the quality service cleanliness element was missing.
Right.
We said to him at the time, I said, look, would you like to partner with us? He goes, no, I don't want to do that. I said, okay. And then we found this site not so far, and we knew there was a market for it.
Yeah.
So there was this very, very older gentleman. I used to frequent his restaurant in St. Kilda. It's called Amber. His name was Muhammad Shahir. He was one of the oldest chefs. And we went up to Muhammad and I said, Muhammad, can you help me open a restaurant? Just help me open it for 3 months. And then, I'm happy to work in the kitchen because I'd worked in the kitchen before. I knew how to do all the other cooking, but just Indian I wasn't so well. But I enjoyed it. But, and what your mom had taught you was one thing. And he goes, sure, he came in. We gave him $500 a week. And he was very happy with that salary at the time. And there it was. It was just...
And that concept of the dhaba, is that something that you felt was a bit different from other Indian restaurants at the time? That sort of roadside... And Desi, does that mean...
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I'm a motorcyclist.
Okay.
I love bikes. I love cars. Very fond of it. And... sorry, my head always turns when I'm looking at customers. So before my wedding, I had taken my motorbike. I love going on motorbike rides, and I'd done a GT road trip. GT road is this biggest highway in India, which goes through different versatile states of India, from east to the west, pretty much, and a bit to the north as well. And whenever you're on a highway, you stop. There is these roadside eateries and mums of the area. As you can see in the back, Mum's Kitchen.
Oh yeah. Nice.
So mums of the area, whatever with the local components that they have, whether it's the vegetables of the area or the meats of the area, they put 6, 7, 8 dishes, and they are served to the truckies, to travelers, and they are very cheap, affordable meals, only cooked for the day.
Yeah.
So 20 kilos, 30 kilos, whatever can be cooked. When it's finished, it's finished. Then you're just down to tea and biscuits and samosas. That's all you end up getting after that. And from that, I discovered that the local areas of those places carried a certain spice element which was never available in the West.
Yeah.
When you went to a restaurant here, either you got a really sweet butter chicken or you got a Rogan Josh, and an entree was a samosa or a chicken tikka. They were not offering the real treats that come from like the real restaurants of the highways, which is India all about. Different languages, nationalities, and using a spice to its right advantage, not just mixing everything together, making Keen's curry powder, and that's blasphemous, really bad. So we never use curry powder in my kitchen. Even the garam masala that we make in here, we hand grind it.
Wow, okay.
We do it all about fresh. And desi, the word desi means somebody who belongs to the land.
Oh, okay.
So someone who is from, I am a desi from my part of the land, you are a desi from your part of the land, and that's what desi means.
Okay.
Dhaba is roadside eatery. So it's to be having a sense of belonging to the country, and to be able to eat in a comfortable dhaba. Desi Dhaba came into being.
Oh, it's so good.
It's just, I come up with wacky ideas when I'm in the shower, thinking things.
So what kind of food is that then? What?
Okay, it's gotta be desi. So it's gotta belong. It's gotta have ghee in it. We use ghee. We don't use oil.
Okay.
Ingredients have to be freshly, locally sourced. So if Desi Dhaba was to open in Queensland, it would be capitalizing on the local produce of Queensland.
Okay.
If it was to open in New South Wales, we do that. Till today, I know where to get my broccoli from and where to get my ginger from. How old the ginger has to be before it's ready for paste or juliennes. So younger ginger, you can slice it up, garnish it. Beautiful. Nice in smell, but it doesn't have the juice.
Yeah.
Older ginger,
Yeah.
crush it, grind it. You can even use the skin of it. It's beautiful to cook with. So learning those things locally from our ingredients. So that's basically it.
Yeah, right. So you're using local ingredients from here, but are you importing some of those spices?
Spices, whole spices come from overseas.
Yeah.
Right? But they are freshly roasted here
Yeah.
and ground here.
Oh, so you bring them in raw.
Yeah. Idea is to get them, over here and we do it. I don't trust a peppercorn fully blanched in, because what they do is very common in places like India or anywhere in the world. To make an extra $1, they will add in pawpaw seeds in it.
Oh, really?
You can't tell.
Oh.
Because when you got a kilo of peppercorn,
Yeah.
black peppercorn, you throw in 100 grams of pawpaw seeds, you can't pick it out.
No, I can see that. That's amazing. Like,
Yeah,
wow.
so
No idea.
what do you call it? Adulteration of food is quite common,
Okay.
right? Same with Baileys. So once I have it, I know when it's roasted, what am I dealing with?
Yeah.
And again, of course, because we are buying it, and come Ravenhall, I'm hoping that maybe we'll control it even more, because then I can bulk produce my spice and just reach it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Right. And so you do have things like butter chicken, though.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Don't you know the story of COVID when?
Of course. The driver who
came here.
Oh,
It was this restaurant just outside here.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Of
Noel,
course, it's all falling into place.
the bricklayer, he did not go to Thane to get the butter chicken. He wanted the city butter chicken.
Okay.
So he came all the way from Werribee. Poor boss just got pulled over here by the cops. He said, "Please, can I take my butter chicken?" I said, "No." Made him turn around.
Oh no.
So I went up to his home and I said, first of all, Channel 9 came in and they said, "Oh, what do you think of this?" It was, back in those days, they were pretty sad times.
It was.
COVID was happening, people were locked in, all sorts of things were going on. So, I really liked that publicity at the time, and I said, "Look, Noel, although I don't condone this, but a year's butter chicken supply to you."
Yeah.
So he got
How amazing.
1 year, but he probably got 20, 30 times, and
Yeah.
he enjoyed it, and he never paid the fine.
I don't think many people
Yeah,
did,
no,
do they?
not many people paid the fines. And New York Times called me up and they said, "Are you proud of selling the world's most expensive butter chicken?" I'm like, "Come on."
That's great. The
You
New
were
York
funny at the time,
Times.
yes.
Wow.
So we were pretty lucky at the time.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, and
iconic.
It's important thing is that in understanding the human element in a restaurant. So people who are coming, they're not just customers, they're human beings. People that are working, they're human beings. They're students, most of them.
Okay.
They're international students who've come in. They're trying to, put a market. I came as an international student. In fact, Desi Dhaba was opened with that in mind, that I wanted to open a place for Indian students or international students, because they were working till late. I don't know, did you hear about the story Vindaloo against violence? So Shane won. John Brumby was in power in those days. He was the premier. And we were having a bit of, student bashing late at night. Kids were getting bashed because the mobile phones or laptops or whatever. And, they would be finishing. And back then there was no 24-hour transportation on the weekends. So kids would be working and then they'd be waiting to save a few bucks. They'd be saving for the morning train.
Oh, no.
And, the bad rogue element would find them as sitting ducks. And, so I thought, okay, why not open a restaurant till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning? And they can come in, sit down, eat cheap meals, pass their time. A couple of hours later, take their train and go home.
Yeah.
And that's how the restaurant came into being. It was quite funny, because Brumby came down and he had his publicity moment. Shane Warne joined the bandwagon. Everyone came in. Victoria Police came onto it. Everybody came onto it. Restaurant got famous from that.
So how late were you open?
Till 3 a.m.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
and I like to do that because if you go to London, the old curry houses in UK.
Well, exactly right. It's hard to find places that are open. So do you still do that?
Yeah, till 2 a.m. minimum,
Yeah.
sometimes till 3.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at, I was just talking to my chef about the specials and all that the other day, and I said, look, what do you think about going 4 a.m. opens? Because, I was able to buy the building over a course of time, and I don't have to, restrict to any. Melbourne is free, you can trade till any time you want. So, we might look at opening till 4 a.m.
Yeah. Because, that's a good idea.
At least on the weekends, because there is market here for it. And, it's a safe city.
That's right.
Yeah, touch wood.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I was interested to know what brought you to Melbourne. So you would have been quite young.
A woman.
A woman?
A woman.
Oh,
of course,
great.
you travel for a young lady. So,
Yeah.
So this Kiwi girl,
Oh,
so she came to visit India, and I met her at an exchange program at this hotel called the Sheraton Hotel, Morris Sheraton, and we sort of clicked together. She was from Christchurch, not exactly from Christchurch, a place outside Christchurch called Dunsandel, heading towards Rakaya,
yes.
before Rakaya.
Yep.
So, from Dunsandel to Delhi.
Wow.
So Christine and I met back then, and it always left a mark in my mind. And she was living in Melbourne, although she was from, and she, and I had an uncle living in Melbourne, so I had a choice of going to Cornell to study, and I chose Victoria University just because I wanted to go.
Wow.
And came here, was with her for about 4 years, and then, so that was the reason why I came to Melbourne.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And are you from Delhi or are you from?
Delhi, yeah.
Yeah.
Born and brought up in Delhi, yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
I was only 20 when I left, so yeah. 56 now.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been to Rajasthan. I really loved just all the food. I was there for about a month with a friend whose dad was renewing his wedding vows in Chennai.
Yeah.
And because he was 80. And,
In Chennai?
Yeah. And so they live here, but all the family was going over there, and I got invited to go as well, which was really amazing. And then we went to Mumbai, and then we went around all the Jodhpur, Jaipur, Udaipur, and then to Delhi as well. So yeah.
Again, different level of food over there.
Oh.
In Rajasthan, it's a completely different element of food. They're using completely different, same spices, but cooking them differently.
Yes.
So it makes a huge difference. Chennai connection is weird again, because my hotel management started from the Institute of Hotel Management in Madras. Back then it was called Madras. A place called Taramani, which is now Chennai. So in 86, I got my admission into Madras, but eventually got migrated to Delhi because North and South, they have a major divide in India. Northern Indians are into Southern Indians. It was quite odd, so moved back to Delhi,
I went and did a cooking class in Udaipur with a woman called Shashi, and we really didn't pay very much money, and we were there for 6 or 7 hours, and she just taught us everything from making the chai right through to all the, she had all this amazing all the spices set up.
Yes.
Just, it was great. I loved it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
मैंने ना नया चाय बोला था. Thank you.
So when people come here to Desi Dhaba, what's the experience you want them to have? Do they work their way through the menu, or is it?
Well, look, the menu is there, but idea is number one, when they walk in through that door, they should have a feeling of coming into India.
Right, yeah.
So the experience should be that they're back home. If you come into the restaurant in the evening, you will see that there's about 90% of our clientele is of Indian origin or a Southern Asian origin. Yes, it does bring in the other element, but when you think about it, when you're walking into those doors, you should get a feel as if you're walking into a place in India. It's like my motorbike trails, when I walked in, I wanted those places. I wanted to have that feeling of belonging to that particular little village or section. And that's what I want to create over here.
Yeah.
That's the experience.
Yeah.
You can get a butter chicken or a Rogan Josh or chicken tikka anywhere in Melbourne, and they're all great. I never claim that I make the best, except for my goat curry. That's bloody good. Probably the best. But important thing is to have a feeling of belonging, sitting down, having a yarn with your friend, and looking around. There should be nostalgia. Behind you is the old ads of the 80s and 90s. So I try and reach with every generation.
Yeah.
There we have cricket again and a common ground that people talk about. You go to Bollywood. There's all sorts of things. So idea is to create the feeling of nostalgia of being a bit, as if you're back in your country.
Yeah.
So that's the experience I want to give you.
And do you change the menu, or is it more important that you keep the same dishes on because that's what people like?
There are staple dishes.
Yeah.
There are staple dishes, things that you cannot take off the menu because you have created that loyal cult following. We have this dish called Bombay Bhayankar Bakra. Basically means Mumbai's dangerous goat. It's not even from Mumbai.
Okay.
It's just I gave that name because it's rhymed together, 3 B's.
Yes.
Right? And we 3 brothers, we all have our initial, nickname from B's, and I thought, okay, how can I bring the family element into it? And I came up with 3 B's, Bombay Bhayankar Bakra, and we picked up this really, really spicy dish from northern India, and Bhayankar means dangerous, Bombay is Mumbai, and Bakra is goat. And I can't take that off the list because people, when they eat it, they feel they have done something really special by eating something so spicy. So it's, or things like butter chicken, we are famous for that. So I don't want to take that off. But yes, we do create a monthly special or a weekly special, depending upon, again, the season and stuff, yeah.
And is that those monthly specials or different dishes, are they from, because you were saying it's the mothers that cook in the dhabas.
Yes.
Is it those kinds of still nostalgic things, or are the chefs creating something a bit more
I've got this
fusion,
guy.
or is it always authentic?
Fusion we try and kind of remove ourselves from.
Yeah.
Because fusion does create dishes which are great to appear. And I am not about fancy food in a plate.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk into a restaurant and pay $300 or $400 with my wife and then come back home and raid the fridge.
Yeah.
That's happening way too much. And I'm not an Instagram restaurant. I want a restaurant to be where you should get value for money.
Yeah.
You should be able to feel full. So for that reason, the food has to be rustic. Food has to have that element of the mother's cooking. When you would go and cook, your nana or your mom would cook for you, she'd fill you up.
Yes.
So my chef in there's a guy called Farhan. It's got the day off today. He is a generational chef. So his 2 brothers are old chefs, and they have done a lot of cooking for us, and for cooking for the family in Pakistan. So he comes up with these unique dishes, which are even I haven't tried. So last Thursday he made this thing called goat pulav. Now I knew that there's a goat biryani, but pulav is done with a different kind of rice. So he created that the rice came out sticky, and it didn't appear so pleasant, but the moment I put it in my mouth, that's why I was in the tuna this afternoon, because I picked up too much. So yeah, that's basically how specials do play a key role. Specials have to play a key role because a lot of regulars come in and they want to have a new dish. They want to try something which is offbeat. So yes, there is fusion when it's happening. It can be a fusion of Indian and Nepalese.
Ah,
Indian and Pakistani or Sri Lankan. That's fusion. But when you try and create, say, a filling de strumata l'anglaise, French, with an Indian spice, not going to marry.
No.
Not going to work.
no,
So-
no, that's right.
Horses for courses, I say.
Yeah. And if we come in the night, in the evenings, there's 90% Indian
You will
people
see,
here.
yeah.
Is it too spicy for Melbourne people?
Look, there was a time when our palates hadn't opened up.
Yeah.
I remember first time going to Christine's place and her mum Rosemary cooking a curry for me, and she had put pears in it. And I'm like, who would put pears in a curry? And the curry was called Keen's curry powder. She wanted to just put her heart on the plate for me, and that was her understanding of it.
That's a bold move, though, isn't it? Cooking. Anyway.
That was then.
Yeah.
That was 35 years ago.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Palates have opened up. Internet's played a key role in that. And people have really opened up to spices. Spice doesn't have to be hot. Spice has to be having an experience of aroma, of bouquet in your mouth. So when you're talking about, food, it should be that you should be able to exploit the spice to enhance the flavor, whether it's fennel or cumin or coriander. Play it rightly. So yeah, it doesn't have to be spicy. There are several dishes which you can have in my restaurant and you won't be going and sitting on the toilet afterwards. Guaranteed.
That's good point. Good selling point.
It's important. But if you do want to, beat your chest about it and say, look, I want to do the hottest curry in the world, can be organized.
Yes, okay. And so the goat curry that's super spicy,
yes.
how many spices are in there? Or is it
It's a specific chili,
chili?
that's being used. So chili is measured in scovilles, the heat of chili.
That's right.
Yeah. So when it comes to the chili that we use, that sits at over 1 million scovilles. An urbanero is 350,000. Normally you go to Coles and you buy the hottest chili, be urbanero, and it's hot. But let's say if you were to go and do the Naga Jalakia, the Boot Jalakia chili, and cook with that, I swear to God, you can't hear things afterwards. Your ears start ringing. But people love that. They sign a waiver of it, and they do it. So we give them a grading. We say, okay, you want to do a Bayanka Bakra? Scale of 1 to 10. How hot do you want it to be? 1 being as hot as a Vindaloo, 10 being full strength. And then if you're really stupid, give me a week's notice, I'll make it number 25.
No.
There is no 11s or 12s. So that's a week's notice, but yeah, that can be done too.
Yeah. Wow.
But the meat is still very tender. You pick it up, if you're naan, it should just fall off.
Yes.
So it shouldn't be that you should have to pull it. It should just like that fall
I
off.
know, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not very good with the extreme heat. I like a slight bit of
Yeah,
spice.
do the Rogan Josh, do the chili garlic. There are several dishes in the menu which are again giving you the feeling of spice, but not boiling your bottom, so to speak. You don't want something which is going to go crazy on you. I can't stomach it.
No.
I could then. At my age, I can't stomach it now. So I stick to my vindaloos if I really want to have something hot. And there has to be a nice glass of Sauv Blanc or, a beer with it. And yeah, that's it.
So then, you've had lots of different experiences across hospitality, and you obviously really love it. You're clearly a people person. What would your advice be to young people who were thinking about either becoming chefs or getting into front of house?
Take the punt. Take the punt. You have one hit at life. If you're not going to do it now and think I'm going to do it in the future is always the future. Present is the future. Work now. And take the punt, take the risk. What's the worst? You're going to fall. You can always get up and do it again.
Yeah.
So my daughter, she was the head patisserie chef at the Loon Croissanterie in Armadale, looking after the Armadale store, and I somehow persuaded her, come work with Dad. So she's now looking after my Craigie Bun store and helping me, set up a certain system that she has learned at Loon, bringing in a few more systems like, how to improve staff relations. Just recently advised me that, Dad, why don't we have tampons and pads for girl staff that are working for us?
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, I've been in this industry for so long and I didn't think of it. So small little things. So this new generation is teaching me so much. They have it in them that they can go out there and do something and take the challenge. Do something creative. Why not?
Great. Perfect.
That's
Thank you. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Conversation with a Chef with Amit Tuteja at Desi Dhaba in the city. If you liked what you heard, you can check out all the goodness on Instagram at Desi Dhaba _Melbourne. That's DESIDHABA _ If you'd like to hear more stories from other chefs, I'm on Instagram at Conversation with a Chef. You can read the chat and become a subscriber at www.conversationwithachef.com. I would love it if you told a friend about these chats, and of course you can follow me on Apple and Spotify podcasts, also Audible and Amazon, if that's your bag. Once again, thanks so much for listening. Have a great day and bon appetit.